This is a demo of the projections tab. To save time on each demo, we're only covering the top line of options as well as the advanced options in its entirety in the players demo. So go to the players tab and watch that demo. Each tab has a unique demo video to cover the information in that tab alone. The projections dropdown sets the projection type globally for the entire optimizer. The projection selected in the dropdown will display in a projection column down here. You'll see it on each of the other tabs as well. So that will be a global setting. There are a number of free projections included. We include a DFC cash game projection, a DFC GPP game, a last 3 average of fantasy points scored, a last 7 of fantasy points scored, and if you have premium projections, DFSR 4for4 will be adding more at a later date. The DFC cash game projections are founded on consistency. The GPP weighted more for ceiling to give you higher risk, higher upside projections. And the last 3 and last 7 are based on actual fantasy points scored. And as the season goes on, we'll also have a season-long projection that you can include. So GPP, if you select that, it'll update down below. You can see these projection values changing. If I change to the last 3, it'll change as well. For last 3 and last 7, we're utilizing last season's projections as well. You can upload custom projections, which can override some or all of your projections. And when you upload them, they will also display in the chart below. So you just click the button. We're going to name this. We'll name it Week 1 GPP. You can name it whatever you like. You save the player file. You simply open that file. You're going to see the columns of the ID, the player, team, position, and projection. All you do is add the projection here. You can do a VLOOKUP and add in as many names as you like. Just do not change the order of these columns nor the ID. So you just make sure that this information stays with Greg Olsen throughout, and then you can simply add in your projection. And once you do that, you choose your file. I've already got one that I created. Click upload and save. You're going to get an upload successful message. Click OK. And then down here, you're going to see in the bottom right, you're going to see a new column for Week 1 GPP. So for example, I added in Greg Olsen at 35 points. If I wanted to select my custom uploaded projections as the global setting, I would just go down here and select Week 1 GPP, and my projections are now loaded there. We have built-in projection models, and as you hover over each piece of text in the advanced section, you'll see a tooltip which explains what each one does. But essentially, these are built-in models that are very commonly used. Yards per game allowed per position by the opponent, Vegas totals, fantasy points allowed per position, a pivot play, which is unique to our tool, that transfers fantasy points off of the top targets to the surrounding teammates, and it distributes that difference in amount according to the other player's targets. So this is a fun one if you wanted to get off the chalk or most commonly used plays. Ceiling, which is going to adjust their projection close to their ceiling, and consistency, which is going to adjust their projection based on how consistent they've been. We also have a game theory model, which is based on our game theory formula. If the game theory is in favor of the offensive player, it'll adjust the projection up. If not, it'll adjust it down. So we'll just do this as an example. You click the box, you can do one or more. You can add as many projection models as you like. As you add them, you'll see down below, the boxes will be updating. In this case, the game theory is saying it's actually bad for Greg Olsen, so it decreased his projection by 1.50. You'll see when you make a custom change to a projection box, if you decrease the amount from the default value, it'll highlight in red and show you the difference. If you increase it, it'll highlight in green and show you the difference. So all you have to do is hover over that. If I were to update this to, let's say 6.5, click return, it's adjusting now. It's still 0.26 lower than the default, so we'll do 8.5, and you'll see that turn green. So that's a nice feature to keep track. You can also do that when you generate lineups. All right, so we're going to skip over this because the rest of it's in the Players tab, and we're going to jump straight. I'm going to hide this, which you can do to show more of the table. You can select the different positions and see all the players within that position. If there are more than 25 in the table, it will create paginated pages, which you can click on to see the additional players. You can search by player name or by team abbreviation. If I wanted to see all the Atlanta Falcons, I could search ATL. You can also reset individual values and all the values. So let's say that you don't want your projections the customize, you want to go back to the default. I'm just going to reset that, and now all the values are back to the default. You can reset all and reset individual elements as well. Down below in the table, you can lock, exclude, and bulk update. We'll cover bulk update more in the Players tab, but essentially, if you click this heart, it will add the player up here, and you can add multiple players and adjust them all at once, hence the bulk update. You can sort by position, you can sort by every column. We have different color badges, green, yellow, red, and we have 3 color variations within each tier that just show you the strongest plays to the weakest plays, team, salary, projection recovered, and the various projection columns. This concludes the Projections tab demo.